What is going on, everyone? My name is Jason, and this is a smart battery case for the iPhone. So yes, the whole planet now knows that iPhone sales are in a slump. Despite the XS, the XS Max, and the XR being fantastic devices, we're not seeing the insane demand for them like we've seen in past iterations of iPhone. So what's Apple's genius solution to this crisis? Make a high-priced accessory for the phones that aren't selling, of course. All kidding aside, the cooling of Apple's sales, despite it probably being true, is likely way less an issue than the media is making it out to be, considering that all smartphone sales are slowing down. So there's actually a chance that this thing could make business sense. That being said, I was legit surprised that Apple made another battery case. If you guys remember, they made their first one for the iPhone 7, and it was universally panned as probably the worst designed Apple product ever made. I mean, it looked like an Apple silicone case swallowed a battery and it got stuck in its throat. Well, this is Apple's second crack at this, so I thought I'd pick one up for my iPhone XS Max to see if the gurus at Apple made enough improvements to make this thing intriguing to consumers, or if it's destined to be a disappointing, expensive waste of money. Now, before we get into the review, if you're into checking out the latest consumer tech products before you buy them, or if you're just a tech head like me, I make a video like this every single week, so make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell icon so you can be the first to know when a new JSL review is out and you don't miss anything. That being said, let's get into this case. Okay, first, let's quickly unbox this thing. The case comes in black and white. I chose the black because I'm going for a cleaner, sleeker look if possible. And as always with Apple devices, the unboxing experience is as simple and as efficient as humanly possible. Just slide it open and you have the case itself with some basic paperwork, and that's all. Now, first impressions on physical design? Well, it's kind of mixed. I've always loved the feeling of Apple's silicone cases, and this is the exact same material. It's super grippy and soft in the hand and on your fingers. You get a welcome sense of security compared to holding a slippery glass iPhone with no protection. One thing about the build material though, the silicone exterior is great for grip, but it's an absolute dust and lint magnet. It's gonna try to cling onto everything it comes in contact with. That being said, the rest of the design is really clean. Everything is blacked out, the buttons, the interior, and even the Apple logo is only slightly lighter for a little contrast. Really makes this case come off pretty sleek. There's no power button or exterior indicators that light up or anything, just a lightning port at the bottom and a tiny charging indicator on the case's inside. Speaking of the inside, it's covered in a very soft microfiber. Great to see as you won't run the risk of scratching up your phone when sliding it in and out of the case. Okay, so let's address the elephant in the room. If I'm gonna keep it 100, it's really not too much of an overall physical difference to the original case Apple introduced. The only real difference aesthetically speaking is that the hump, rather than being centered in the middle of the case, extends all the way down to the bottom. Now, I do like this design better as I think it draws less attention to the hump itself, but at the end of the day, it's still a case with a protruding bulge coming out of it. I mean, let's be real. Not only that, it's pretty heavy too. And when you have your phone in it, the added weight in your hand is easily noticeable, and it makes the phone more cumbersome to try and operate with one hand. Now, to be fair, I think all battery cases will make your phone look like a bulky mess, so not singling out Apple, but if you're trying to keep your phone as lean and as skinny as possible, you're gonna hate this thing. Okay, so physical design is not my favorite, but can the case's functionality make up for it? Well, first off, let's talk about getting the phone in and out of the case. The top portion has some good flex to it, and all you have to do is hold it back, slide your phone in, and it very seamlessly connects to the case. Probably the easiest battery case you can get your phone into. And so long as you have iOS 12.1 or higher, you'll see an indicator pop up immediately once the case is in, telling you how much battery you have on your phone and how much is on the case. You can also get the details by swiping all the way to the right, and this is one of the ways this case really shines. It's a great marriage between it and operating system, and it goes beyond just nice visuals on battery status. Remember, this is a smart battery case, and the way it works is that once the case is installed, the phone will automatically start drawing power from the case first until the case's battery is completely depleted, from which it will start drawing power from the phone's internal battery. Now, charging the case inverts this process. It'll always charge the phone first, and once the phone is at 100%, then it'll start charging the case. Now, Apple did this to ensure your battery's longevity in terms of health doesn't get all jacked up with an external power source constantly juicing it up, which is pretty smart. Not only that, the case also now supports wireless charging, a great addition if you're into charging that way as it's hard to go back, and it supports quick charging so long as you have the proper Apple fast charging accessories batteries, which is pretty great. So as far as functionality goes, it's pretty solid, I'm not gonna lie. It's by far the easiest battery case to use on an iPhone, and it's pretty foolproof. Anyone should be able to use this right out of the box with no issues. So big ups for functionality, but last, let's touch on performance. The case has a 1369 mAh battery that Apple claims can nearly double your phone's battery life. And I have to say, during my testing, it did provide a pretty big boost to my day-to-day usage. If I started the day with 100% on both the case and my phone, by the time I was ready to go to sleep on most days, I was near 98% on my phone's battery, which is pretty great considering that I'm a moderately heavy user. I mean, I can see this being extremely useful for when I travel because I tend to use my phone the most then, and I can see myself being very happy for having it in such circumstances. But to be real, I don't travel that often, and on the regular day-to-day, I do pretty okay with my XS Max's internal battery. I usually make it through the day without any issues, and on the off chance that I'm running low earlier in the day, I use my quick charging setup, which is super effective at giving me a good battery boost in a short amount of time. So even though it does work really well, I just don't see myself really needing this thing, especially when you factor in the price tag. Dude, this thing costs over $140 after tax, which is pretty dang expensive. Considering that you can get alternative battery cases for significantly less, I'll leave some cheaper options in the description below. Now don't get me wrong, I like this case, which I'm seriously kind of surprised I'm saying, to be honest, but it's hard for me to say that it's worth it for most people. Unless you're a crazy power user that's always running out of battery in the middle of the day, then I say take a pass and get a fast charging setup if you don't already. It's more useful and cheaper. I'll leave a link to the video I did on my setup in the card above if you guys want to check it out. So those are my thoughts on the new smart iPhone battery case, but I want to get yours. What do you guys think of this thing? Do you guys think it's the second ugliest Apple device ever made? Or are you guys digging this case? Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments down below. That's about it for this review. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up if you guys found it useful. It really helps me out. If you guys have any questions about the smart iPhone case, leave them down in the comments and I'll be sure to get to them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.